Hi everyone, it's me, the winter-hardened Viking from the icy north. I haven't made any videos in a little while. That's because I've been busy fighting the polar bears in my garden. They keep eating my carrots. Also, a short announcement after the end of the video. In this video, we will go over the latest discoveries from the front line of creative thinking in Classic. Well, not really, but kinda. I'm sure you've heard that below level 11, you won't get resurrection sickness from spirit resting at a spirit healer, meaning you can sometimes treat this as a hearthstone. Now, that usually limits it to just being used in the starting zone, but I believe it has a lot more potential. Let's look at some cases where it's really useful. Let's look at what happens when you die in a certain part of the cave in Northern Valley of Trials. You're not sent to the spirit healer in the valley, you're sent to Razor Hill. There, you can do such things as learning some professions or purchasing a tier 2 vendor weapon. Those are really nice. If you're a hunter, you can also get a bow upgrade, which you can't get in the Valley of Trials. I found it useful to finish the Sleeping Peons quest, the Scorpions, the Cactus Apples, and those blue demon things in the north. Then, just as that is finished, I run inside the northeast part of the cave and die. I spirit rest at Razor Hill, sell everything in my bags and get my new weapon, then half back. That weapon usually lasts until around level 10, when you can get an even better weapon from a vendor. Once you've finished the starting zone and you're level 6, it could be a good idea to take the spirit path to Razor Hill to start off with the Turagod Keep quests. Partly because the Echo Isles ones are better suited for level 8 characters, and partly because you get a quest for Echo Isles at Razor Hill at level 7. Also, you save a few minutes in travel time. If you embark upon the great little journey from Valley of Trials to Mulgore, you have a 20-minute run ahead of you. But what if you were to use the Spirit Resurrection trick? I found that you could reduce the travel time by almost half. There is one issue, however. You will need about 20 to 30 copper to repair your weapon. If you need your weapon. Meaning you will have to kill 2 or 3 mobs to get the required amount. Either in Valley of Trials before leaving, or straight up beat them down with your fists in Mulgore. It's not at all as bad as it sounds. Want to get to the sepulchre? Well, maybe you should die, right as you enter Silverpine, and be sent straight to the sepulchre. Maybe you're doing your water totem quests. Dying could be a good idea there. You are a Horde and just entered Hillspread Foothills? Want to get to Taran Mill? Die. That's quite a distance saved. Are you continuing your water totem quest? Well, guess what? Die. Westfall. Looking for Sentinel Hill? You guessed it. Die. In almost all cases, you will be sent to a graveyard within the same zone. I only know of one exception, and that is the Spirit Healer in Eastern Tirisfal Glades, where you're sent if you die in the western part of Western Plagelands, at least as a Horde. You are normally sent to the Spirit Healer closest to you. There are sub-zones in zones, such as the southern part of the Baron. Certain Spirit Healers seems to cover certain sub-zones. One example is the Spirit Healer here in Ternaris. Some Spirit Healers are faction only, but you won't notice that until when you start coming into contested zones. If you run to another Spirit Healer than where your spirits bond and your spirit rests there, you will be sent back. You won't get rest sickness until level 11. Then you get 1 minute. At level 12, 2 minutes and so forth until level 20. When you reach the 10 minutes, which is max. You lose 25% durability and get 75% reduced stats for those minutes. Notice that the debuff continues ticking even while logged out. This saves you time. Sometimes a lot, sometimes not too much, but in a situation where even a saved minute can make a big difference. It is especially good below level 20, when the penalty for spirit resting isn't that big. You should do it whenever the situation favors it. This isn't always the best options, but sometimes the advantages are greater than the costs. Maybe you're just about to log out and your Hearthstone is on cooldown. Often, you're sent to a quest hub when you die. Spirit rest and log out inside the inn for that sweet blue experience. Especially at lower levels, when you have no movement increasing effects. Consider, whenever you travel a longer distance, whether spirit resting can save you time. Let's look at some zones. Elven Forest, Don Moreau, Juritar, Mulgore, Taladrisil, and Tirisfal Glades. You can find these and all other zones by going to the classic.db or WoW Classic page on the web and search for the Spirit Healer there. I hope you found this to be another useful tool to add to your belt in Classic. I will definitely make use of the spirit walking examples I gave. Like if you enjoyed and subscribe for more. Announcement. To explain this, I'll tell a very short story. Me and a friend thought that it was hilarious writing scientific reports with all the correct structures and paragraph and grammars and such, but write about absolute nonsense. It's kinda like Monty Python humor, where it's one part seriousness and one part silliness. We found them really fun, and so did some of our friends. I decided to make video versions of our reports. If you find that kind of humor funny, then I'd recommend checking out the new channel linked in the description, where I upload those video reports. Note that the other channel has nothing to do with WoW. I hope you decide to give it a look.